Hi, I'm Simon Pickett.
And I'm Amaya Martinez.
And this is Klyd TV. It's Halloween, and today we have a spooky story for you.
You know, Simon, I'm a real fangirl of scary things.
Me too. But this episode of Klyd TV has some disturbing topics that viewers may find hard to watch, so continue with caution.
And be careful and remember to trick or treat yourself.
I'm here in the heart of one of the most haunted cities in the U.S., Fort Collins, Colorado. From a sinister ice cream shop, to an underground tunnel system for prisoners, to a murder that happened in what is now a taco shop, Fort Collins has it all.
According to Yelp in 2019, Fort Collins was number 3 on the top 20 most haunted cities in America, behind Savannah, Georgia, and New Orleans. And streets Linden and Walnut hold the most spirits. One store on the corner of Linden and Walnut is Nature's Own. Nature's Own is said to have the ghost of Frank Miller Sr., who moved there in 1888 with his wife and son. After both of them had passed away, he stayed there till the end of his life. It had been reported that he is still there to protect his paintings. Another place along Walnut Street is the Elizabeth Hotel. The Elizabeth Hotel was originally a white brick garage that was owned by James Howes, by what is now Illegal Pete's. Howes came home one day in a drunken rage and slit his wife's throat in front of everyone, including their own daughter. He was immediately arrested and was awaiting trial, but that night an angry mob of people stormed into the jail and lynched him, it being the first lynching in Fort Collins. His ghost still haunts the garage, and when it was replaced with the Elizabeth Hotel, he stayed.
There is something that likes women and will pull hair, and actually women will feel a clammy, cold hand around their ankle.
Lisa Juzak owns a haunted tour business in Fort Collins that takes you underground to see things you wouldn't even imagine were there. One of those things is a tunnel system running all around Old Town in Fort Collins.
Any of these used for the prisoners? Because I know that with Silver Grill, they would go underground.
It connects two of the morgues in Fort Collins to the Silver Grill, who trapped prisoners by feeding them food so that they could be cleaned up by the morgue workers, and then they would have an easy and clear path back to the morgues. Now, it has been proven that Walrus Ice Cream is probably the most haunted place in Fort Collins overall. Lisa Powell, the owner, tells us about her experiences with Charlie the Poltergeist.
Normal tricks, like little tricks of the trade. He'll change the radio station, he'll drop M&Ms, he'll knock over games, he always drops the Connect floor. He'll turn the water fountain on and off. No one will be in here and someone will call my name. I can hear children laughing. He does stuff like that kind of crazy stuff. But he's not angry anymore, and so I feel like he's a good presence.
Do you have any photos or videos?
I have one video on my phone of I took the gentleman that did the asphalt covering for me after we took the tellers down. I took them and their wives on a private tour down into the basement, where you and I are going to go in a little bit. And we were trying to catch orbs and filming for 2 hours and nothing happened. And then they were like, well, just take our picture and we'll go. So they were standing in front of me and I went to take their picture and I could see all these things happening behind them through the camera lens. So I made him come around and stand behind me. And while we were standing there, this red feather just floated out of the sky onto the ground, and I have a video of it. And then I called the historian for the city of Fort Collins, and before it was the diner, it was a hat manufacturing company. They made hats here, and the woman that owned it wore all black, and she had one red feather in her cap. And I think it was her that made an appearance that night. I was in the office by myself. It was December, it was snowing, it was the day after our Christmas party, and I heard the handle move. And I was like, dang it. And I came out, and by the time I got back there, it just flooded with root beer. And you know how sticky soda is? And that root beer especially. And I had to clean it up. I was so mad at him.
With all these ghosts creeping and crawling around even the smallest corners in Fort Collins, it is without a doubt that Fort Collins is number 3 of the most haunted cities in the United States.
Wow, that was a scary story.
You want to end off with a joke?
Sure.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Well, that's the only thing we have for you today.
This has been Klyd TV.
Happy Halloween.